Hello everyone, this is Angel Esquivel here. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and opinions on the new Zach Gregor's Resident Evil movie trailer. I was going to film this since or actually not film, I was thinking of posting this video since last week and yesterday, but obviously I was tired and I didn't really have the time and, a lot of people in the house. So that's why I had a hard time filming this video. And in this video, if you hear some background music, just let you know that's not mine. Someone just playing that somewhere in this house. So yeah, I'm gonna be showing all just the small clips in there. Most of them are GIFs. But yeah, I'm just I'm gonna tell you all how I think about this upcoming Resident Evil movie. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Our trailer starts off with our main protagonist who walks up at a house at night, knocks, and to help for some directions. According to the plot, he is some kind of guy who works delivering some kind of medical supplies or some doctor shit, and I guess that's his job. Then to the next scene, our main character picks up the phone. Oh yeah, from the mind of Zach Gregor. Yeah, the guy who's directing this movie. Hangs up the phone. And the director of Weapons. He's also made that movie too, which is a really great movie. Our main character picks up the phone again, dials and calls someone else. And Barbarian, which is another good movie by Zach Gregor. Then next we see our character getting chased or running. Yeah, he gets chased right here. He goes into the barn and closes. Finds a shotgun, but then realizes there's less ammunition. He walks around dead bodies. He tries to pick out the keys from this dead body, but then gets pulled. I'm assuming that's the liquor. Runs down the sewer from hiding from someone. In this part of the trailer, it's got to probably be one of the second scariest scenes in the trailer. And I say second because my first one's going to be the scariest one. In this scene, he goes down the sewer. He sees this fat, pale zombie just sitting his ass on the floor. And I could be thinking that this could be a tyrant or some type, from the Resident Evil games. But then again, it looks very different, besides, him being fat. There could be theories that he could be a tyrant or just some other fat zombie. Because, in some Resident Evil games, there has been other fat zombies. And this is what I was talking about, my scariest scene in the fucking trailer, because we see two hands coming out and then we see extra limbs just coming out of the door. I think I heard somewhere that the virus gets even worse through time. I guess through time the zombies start communicating and start fusing into some kind of monster. This is something out of an Evil Dead movie instead of a Resident Evil, but I would like to see how this goes. Right here he gets chased by zombies. He closes the door. He sees a crashed cop car and finds a dead body in the middle of the forest. He sees something coming out of the tub. I'm assuming it's like a zombie baby. And this part of the trailer is really crazy because we see zombies coming down from the building. They're falling down. They're all ripping apart as they fall down and crash the car while our main character is running for safety. And last, we see the title shot of the movie. Looks scary and sick, by the way. And we get our release date. September 18, 2026. Film for IMAX. Exclusive in theaters. Cool. I'm glad that we're getting an actual Resident Evil movie in theaters and not those cartoon ones. Yeah, sure, we gotta wait 4 months. And I'm cool that it's actually IMAX. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. Yeah, from this trailer, this looks really great. And for some people, I've been hearing a lot of people's take on this. I can kind of understand the frustration saying, oh, this just feels like another zombie movie just slapped in with the Resident Evil logo. But then again, they must understand that yeah, sure, it is. Obviously, it is about zombies. But then again, it's about the survival mechanics and how the game works. It runs by your decisions. And from this trailer and this upcoming Resident Evil movie alone, we can see that our character, when he picks up the shotgun, he's very limited on the supplies that he has. And in most of the Resident Evil games, that's how it is. You're very limited on the weapons you grab. And also you gotta pick a limited of stuff on how much you can carry. And I would like how I hope that in this movie they show that. Another thing that I actually loved and seeing this in the trailer is when they actually showed the 360 or not the 360 third person / tank mechanics in the movie trailer. because that's how it also looked like from the original games, where everything was just a tank mechanic, and also how you get like that third person's perspective in the modern remake games. Yeah, and also yeah, and what's also scary is that in the trailer when we saw that fat zombie, in my theory, like I think that could be some type of tyrant, but I could be wrong because obviously he looks very different. Because if you look at other tyrants from the games, if there's one thing they have in common besides them being like tall and buff, it's that most of them have their hearts exposed. And this one, we don't really see that fat tyrant or zombie, his heart exposed. So that could just be another, like another fat zombie that we see in the games. I mean, in the Village game, we also saw. I mean, not Village. The RE9 Requiem, we see that there was another fat zombie, but that was just large. I mean, this one's like very minor compared to that one. So yeah, or I mean, it'll be really scary if we have a chase sequence of that fat zombie slash tyrant, and that one shot of the zombies just coming out of the door, like limb after limb, like that was scary. Like I want to know how that would look like in the actual like movie. At the same time, it does kind of suck that we don't see Leon or Claire in this movie, or like in this upcoming movie, because Zach Gregor says himself, like, no, I mean, it's gonna be in the same timeline and story, but it's just we're not gonna see those OG characters. I mean, they had their chance to actually show those characters in a movie, but yet they fucked that up when they showed us Welcome to Raccoon City, which was dog shit. I mean, I don't get how you call that Raccoon City when the whole city looked like just a town. Like it looked like a small town. Raccoon City is literally a city. And the Paul Anderson Resident Evil movies. Oh god, those are terrible. I mean, yeah, sure, they had their moments and they resemble nothing like in the video games. They just grab all the zombies and the names of characters then and there from the games, but yet it was nothing like Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. They had their chance and they fucked that up by putting two stories at the same time. That was just a dumb idea. It makes no sense. I was hoping for them to show Mr. X, but obviously it is a home. It is like it looks more like a home to direct to home video or like fucking streaming. I'm surprised that movie even got a release date for theaters. Like that movie, that was garbage. But no, we didn't see Mr. X. Obviously, they don't have the budget for it. They showed us the Lickers. Oh yeah, and by the way, speaking of the Lickers, I hope that in this Zach Gregor Resident Evil, I hope that they show Lickers in this movie because, since this is the same storyline, it's the same events during RE2, I thought that would be, amazing if they put the Lickers in this movie because in that one scene in the trailer where the guy tries to grab the keys, we see that the body with the keys gets dragged in the dark. That's something that that's something like a Licker would do with this, with his tongue. Like that's like their signature thing they do in the game. Like I don't see any other zombie doing that like that fast. So it only makes sense if a Licker did that. So yeah, it's, I gotta say, this is a really great time to be a Resident Evil fan. And, and I'm also, and if you think about it, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, this is kind of like, they say it's not canon, but even though it takes place in the same events, people are kind of upset that, we're not following the old OG characters as the new characters. But if you think about it, this was not the first time that we ever actually had a new character in the Resident Evil franchise. I mean, for example, RE7 Biohazard. That had a totally different story. It took place somewhere else. It had a main protagonist. There were no zombies. There were Moldits. But then again, that game is what brought the franchise back to life. I mean, that's why... I mean, hell, even Ethan Winters has become like a fan favorite character. And he's just some average dude trying to save his wife and Village who tries to save his daughter, and just trying to learn how to navigate and survive. I mean, and who knows, maybe this could be this character, I think his character's name Brian, if I searched up in the, according to the cast and crew, I think his character's name is Brian. Maybe this can be, this could be like an example of like, maybe he could be the one to save the RE movies, So yeah, people say that this is just some random character. He's not in the original. I'm like, yeah, Ethan was just a random original character in the RE7, but yet people started liking him. So yeah, like I said, perfect time to be a Resident Evil fan. You know, the remakes are out. You know, and also the Resident Evil 9 Requiem is like a really cool game. I want to play that game. I'm just, you know, tight budget and stuff. I gotta buy things that I need. I digress. Luckily, they coming out with new DLCs. You know, I heard about that. And also this movie, like, it's a perfect time to be a Resident Evil fan. And yeah, Zach Greger, they pick someone who actually knows what he's talking about. And sometimes he doesn't look like he doesn't even know what he's talking about. But then again, he's a perfect choice. And he's just good at horror. And this is just a perfect combination between Zach Greger's style of horror movies and Resident Evil. Yeah, I'm very excited to watch this movie. So, any of you watching this video, like, comment down your thoughts and opinions. What you guys think? Are you guys excited for the Resident Evil movie? Are you guys planning on watching it, or you guys think it's terrible and you probably don't want to watch it? So yeah, I'm curious in what you guys think about this trailer. So that's gonna be today's sharing thoughts and opinions video. So make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon up there. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram page called Thunderstruck1810. This is Angel Esquivel here, and as always...